For centuries, the image of bats has been shrouded in myths and superstitions. These creatures have firmly established themselves in folklore and pop culture as symbols of dark forces, from vampire sagas to ominous omens. The reason for this reputation is simple: their secretive, nocturnal lifestyle. Deep caves, abandoned basements, and their mysterious, silent flight in the darkness subconsciously disturb humans who are accustomed to daylight. In recent years, this negative image has been reinforced by hypotheses about the origin of the coronavirus. Although some species are indeed natural reservoirs of various viruses, which is safe for the animals themselves, there is no direct evidence of their involvement in the emergence of the pandemic. It's important to understand, the problem arises not from the bats themselves, but from human encroachment on their habitat, which leads to unpredictable consequences. But if we set aside prejudices, an amazing picture emerges. Bats are not fiends of hell, but unique mammals that mastered flight millions of years before humans. Their superpowers are astounding, using echolocation to navigate in complete darkness, an incredible lifespan for their size, and a key role in ecosystems. Many species are pollinators, like the famous flying foxes, while others are indispensable regulators of insect populations. Bats, or chiropterans, are the only mammals to have mastered true flight. Their sizes range from tiny bumblebee bats, 2.5 centimeters, to impressive flying foxes with a wingspan of up to 1.7 meters. The wing is an incredibly complex biomechanical system, an elastic skin membrane, capable of stretching up to 4 times without damage, is stretched over the extremely elongated fingers of the forelimbs. This structure serves not only for flight. On cold nights, bats literally wrap themselves in their wings like a thermal blanket. The peculiar appearance of bats, with their huge ears and conical snouts, is a result of their specialization for nocturnal life. Their eyesight, although not color vision, is sufficiently developed, but their primary orientation tool is echolocation. The ability to detect sounds up to 190,000 Hz, humans hear up to 20,000 Hz, and analyze the returning echo allows them to detect prey as fine as a human hair with pinpoint accuracy. Additional sensory organs are the vibrissae, sensitive hairs on their wings and ears that detect the slightest air currents. Despite their apparent fragility, bats are virtuoso flyers. Flight control is achieved through complex coordination of their fingers, feet, and special bone structures. Different species demonstrate unique abilities. Bulldog bats reach speeds of up to 100 kilometers per hour, while horseshoe bats perform incredible maneuvers with G-forces up to 4G. While hunting insects, they execute a full barrel roll and dive in a fraction of a second, outperforming most birds in maneuverability. The most complex element turned out to be landing. Over 50 million years of evolution, bats have developed a unique 4-point touch technique, a lightning-fast attachment to a surface with all limbs, followed by a flip upside down. This acrobatic trick, impossible for any other flying creature, creates a brief G-force comparable to that experienced by jet pilots and demonstrates the incredible perfection of these amazing beings. Bats have achieved what few mammals have. They have colonized almost the entire planet. These winged wanderers are found on all continents except the icy deserts of Antarctica. They avoid only the Arctic latitudes and remote oceanic islands, but otherwise show remarkable plasticity, from the humid Amazon rainforests to the arid regions of the Middle East. Their ecological success is perhaps only comparable to that of humans. In some regions, bats account for up to 70% of the entire local mammal population. The art of remaining unnoticed is the primary talent of these creatures. Leading an exclusively nocturnal lifestyle, they have turned the Earth's depths and dense forests into their invisible empire. Their shelters include not only natural features like caves, rock crevices, and hollow trees, but also man-made structures, abandoned mines, old house attics, and even ventilation tunnels. Contrary to stereotypes, some species have also adapted to urban environments, forming colonies under bridges and in park groves. The scale of their dwellings is staggering. In the famous Bracken Cave in Texas, there exists a colony of 20 million individuals, the largest gathering of mammals on the planet. Meanwhile, Many species prefer solitude, skillfully camouflaging themselves in bark crevices or under building cornices. This remarkable ability to exist both in giant communities and in complete isolation has been key to their evolutionary success, allowing them to survive ice ages and global climate changes. Bats represent an incredibly diverse suborder, comprising 17 unique families. A striking example of specialization are the sheath-tailed bats, whose tail, devoid of a membrane, can retract into a special space between the thighs, much like into a sheath. Due to the presence of a sac-like skin gland on their flight membrane, they are also called sac-winged bats. These unusual creatures inhabit primarily tropical and subtropical regions, demonstrating remarkable adaptation to warm climates. Among bats, there are true record holders. The bumblebee bat, found exclusively in Thailand, weighs a mere 2 grams with a body length of 3 centimeters, making it one of the smallest mammals on the planet. No less interesting are the slit-faced bats, whose deep facial groove likely serves to precisely focus ultrasonic signals. And the sword-nosed bats use their nasal protrusions as natural, acoustic antennas for echolocation. Bulldog bats amaze not only with their resemblance to dogs but also with their flight capabilities. They can reach speeds of up to 95 kilometers per hour. Completely different are the sucker-footed bats of Madagascar. Their unique suction cups allow them to cling even to smooth surfaces like heliconia leaves. A case apart are the sheath-tailed bats, the only members of the order to have adopted a terrestrial lifestyle and learned to fold their wings into special leathery sheaths. Some species seem to have stepped out of the pages of a science fiction novel. The pale spear-nosed bat with its white fur and enormous ears resembles a ghost, while the chinleaf bats astonish with their complex system of skin growths on the face. Despite their eerie appearance, funnel-eared bats do not exceed 5 centimeters in length. Against the backdrop of these creatures, leaf-nosed bats seem like cute cartoon characters, demonstrating how diverse and amazing bat evolution is. Each of these families represents a unique experiment of nature, which has created perfectly adapted flying mammals for various ecological niches. As recently as the mid-20th century, the ability of bats to navigate flawlessly in complete darkness was considered almost supernatural. Scientists conducted paradoxical experiments. They blindfolded the animals, coated their bodies with lacquer to block tactile sensations, yet the bats continued to skillfully avoid obstacles. The mystery was solved with the discovery of echolocation in 1938. It turned out that bats emit ultrasonic waves at a frequency of 20 to 120 kilohertz and analyze the returning echo with astonishing accuracy, creating a sound picture of space. This biological sonar is so perfect that it later became the basis for sonar technologies and medical ultrasound devices. Detailed research revealed amazing protective mechanisms. At the moment of emitting a signal with a power of up to 140 decibels, comparable to the noise of a jet engine, special muscles instantly block the ear pinny, preventing acoustic trauma. Different families of bats developed unique methods of generating ultrasound. Horseshoe bats use complex nasal structures as acoustic lenses, emitting signals lasting 50 to 100 milliseconds, whereas Vesper bats create ultra-short pulses lasting 2 to 5 microseconds through the oral opening. Modern research has shown that the echolocation system of bats can detect objects as small as 0.1 millimeters in diameter at distances of up to 2 to 3 meters and large obstacles at ranges of up to 17 meters. But the true marvel is the speed of information processing. Within fractions of a second, the brain analyzes the slightest changes in the frequency, amplitude, and time delays of the returning signals, allowing it not only to avoid obstacles, but also to identify prey species by the character of their movement in the air. This highly complex biological system continues to inspire engineers to create new navigation technologies. Most bats are indispensable allies in the fight against insects. In just 1 hour of hunting, a single individual can consume up to 200 mosquitoes, and over a season, a colony of 100 bats can eliminate up to 700,000 agricultural pests. Larger species diversify their diet with small vertebrates, birds, frogs, and lizards. Vampire bats of South America stand apart, feeding on the blood of animals, as do the vegetarians, which consume nectar, pollen, and fruit. It is the latter that play a crucial role in pollinating tropical plants, including valuable crops like bananas and mangoes. Bats demonstrate remarkable metabolic flexibility. During their active period, they can consume up to 1/3 of their body weight per night, which for a colony of 1 million individuals means tons of insects destroyed. However, their bodies are also capable of the opposite, entering an 8-month hibernation with a metabolism slowed by 40 times, a body temperature of +2 degrees Celsius, and taking just one breath every 5 minutes. This unique ability allows them to survive periods of food scarcity and low temperatures. The hunting strategy of bats is based on ultrasonic location, which allows them to detect prey the size of a mosquito from up to 3 meters away. However, some insects have developed countermeasures. Nocturnal moths are covered in sound-absorbing scales, and tiger moths generate responsive ultrasonic clicks, signaling their toxicity. Particularly interesting are the fish-eating bats, which detect prey by the slightest ripples in the water, using specialized receptors on their wings for this purpose. Many species exhibit complex feeding behaviors. Some bats, like hamsters, have cheek pouches for temporarily storing food, allowing them to continue hunting after catching prey. Other species create food caches in secluded spots, returning to them during periods of food scarcity. This remarkable dietary adaptability has been a key factor in the evolutionary success of bats, which have occupied the most diverse ecological niches across the planet. Bats are true children of the night, whose daily schedule is the opposite of humans. Their delicate bone structures, perfectly suited for flight, make movement on the ground nearly impossible. Unlike birds, they cannot push off from a surface to take flight. Their only way to become airborne is to launch during free fall after detaching from a surface. This evolutionary adaptation explains their characteristic resting pose, hanging upside down on branches or rock ledges. Bats form the largest communities among mammals. Some cave colonies reach 150,000 individuals. This crowding, while providing heat conservation, creates an ideal environment for the spread of infections. Their communication system is astonishingly complex, using ultrasonic songs at frequencies of 40 to 100 kilohertz, consisting of 20-syllable phrases. They establish social hierarchies, resolve territorial disputes, and court partners. Researchers have found that dominant individuals have special acoustic signatures that demand respect from lower-ranking peers during flight. The mysteries of bat reproduction are still being studied, but it is known that females give birth to a single pup, which spends its first weeks of life clinging to its mother during hunting flights. A unique recognition mechanism allows mothers to find their pups in colonies of thousands of individuals using an echolocation-based acoustic signature. By 2 to 3 months of age, the young have mastered the complex technique of echolocation hunting, although they only gain full independence around 1 year of age. So, these are the amazing bats. Not vampires or monsters, but a vital part of our ecosystem. They are both forest sanitarians, pollinators, and simply unique creatures with superpowers that even Batman would envy. If you found this interesting, please support the video with a like. It helps the channel. And in the comments, write which bat ability impressed you the most. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. This will greatly help the channel and help more people see this video.